But I ask because,
Yeah.
do you feel like you're part of a new establishment that's being created?
I don't think I'm part of a new establishment. I think it would be pretty difficult to look at these podcasts. I know it's a popular thing right now, especially in certain media circles, to say that after running an incredibly unpopular candidate who was introduced very late in the race because an elderly man who could not be the president, who everyone told was functioning as the president for 4 years, decided to. This wind is wild, huh?
Yeah.
See? But this was a very specific circumstance in which Kamala Harris ran for the presidency.
Yeah.
She was somewhat unpopular, and she was not a star in Democratic.
She wasn't somewhat unpopular. She had a 1% fucking approval rating in the Democratic primary in 2020, bro. She was a flop. People didn't even like her then.
Politics before this at all. And her communication strategy was pretty weak. I think most people have admitted that. So to hang this defeat all on a few podcasts and to say that they were the problem, I just don't buy the narrative. So I don't think I'm a new establishment. If you weigh, again, a few comedians with podcasts versus all of the people that supported Kamala Harris,
Entire
Democrat donors, billionaires, big people. If the idea is that me and a few comedians have more power than multi-billionaires, huge media institutions, a whole political party apparatus, I just don't think most people are going to buy that. I think it seems like a great way to excuse running an unpopular candidate on a platform that American people weren't sold on.
Yeah, it does seem a little bit like that, right? Damn.
I think even beyond politics, though, even beyond the question of the election, like, again, I know the, like, liberal Joe Rogan conversation is so dominant, and I think not, like,
the reason why there isn't a liberal Joe Rogan is because it's called Joe Rogan, number one. Number two, the reason why there isn't a super lefty, progressive, left-wing Joe Rogan is because you have 5 of them on network television. You've got Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Kimmel, fucking Seth Meyers, there's the other 2, I forgot even their fucking names. Who cares? You've got The View. And the reason why you don't have any of them that have mainstream internet appeal, the reason why is because the opinions aren't popular. That's the reason why Joe Rogan is popular is because what he's saying is popular. So you're not going to achieve the same level of Joe Rogan's popularity by saying things that don't have the same level as Joe Rogan's popularity. It's so simple.
Nuanced enough. But there is power in a massive audience.
There's absolutely power in a massive audience. But if you're saying that power is equal to the CIA or all of these other people that have been very critical of President Trump, right?
Yeah.
So the idea that, like, the power that Theo Von has would be equal to, like, the intelligence agencies or these massive legacy media institutions seems crazy.
But you got way more audience than when you're saying we don't have power, we're not the CIA. Well, there's some gradations between that, and also I'm sure there's
some gradations between that. What do you mean by that?
Well, just you use the word establishment.
Yeah.
I didn't say that we didn't have any power or that audiences weren't powerful. But when you use the term establishment, I think that's more than just having an audience. That's having an institutional component that I don't think we have. But I think legacy media does. I think the government and the intelligence community.
Legacy media does for now. I think it will die out as time goes on. And I think that really you could see Comcast looking to sell, I think it was MSNBC, after the election. If you are a big company and you own a media apparatus and your media apparatus cannot generate the political outcomes that you want it to, why do you own the media apparatus? It's like if you have a microwave and you put a bag of popcorn in the microwave, and then you pull out and there's no fucking popcorn, it's still just the fucking things in there. Well, what the fuck do you need a microwave for? It's broken, it doesn't work. You get a new microwave, you gotta sell it, maybe sell it to somebody else, throw it away, get rid of it.
Do. I think Hollywood certainly does. And I think all of those people, all of those power factions have worked together for a very, very, very long time. So to say that a few comedians with podcasts equal that seems crazy.
I see
to
why.
me.
Okay, I understand.
That's the only thing I'm saying.
I think that there's a bit of truth in both of the arguments. I think that it's outrageous to say that the institutional, oh wait, no, it gets better. Uh-oh.
You know, again, I can name you very successful left-wing or left-of-center comics who are playing in theaters and arenas and have movies out.
Yeah.
And then I can name you some which apparently now there's 5 podcasters that dominate the whole world. This is a crazy thing. But this is every article that's been written since the election.
The fact is that part of that is true. I think that mainstream media and the amount of people that are consuming CNN content is actually a lot smaller than you might imagine. And I think that their audiences are dwindling at a rapidly increasing rate. Like, I think that basically if you were to chart their, like, trajectory, it would probably be going like this. And the reason why is that their prime demographic is dying. That's straight up the reason why. What do old people do? They die. So new people aren't coming in and replacing them. So where are their audience going? Nowhere. They're disappearing. And then you also even have boomers that are going to the internet anyway. And CNN's just an example. Look at MSNBC, Google Analytics. Maybe I can after this.
Is that 5 guys now are the only people in comedy who make money or have audiences. It's the craziest narrative ever, and it came off the heels of running one of the most unpopular candidates with a platform that the American people largely rejected. They largely rejected this platform, and they rejected it in 2016, and then everybody got together and said, it's actually these 5 guys who had podcasts. They're the most powerful people in the world. They're the new establishment, and they're the reason for this electoral defeat, not our unpopular policies and our candidate who ran on a platform of joy.
Joy. And so anyway, it's that podcast controlled everything. MSM is just that horrible. I think that a lot of people also don't realize how bad MSM is doing.